Welcome, guys. This is a very big special episode for me. And as you can see, my new background today, we are doing MLB predictions, my favorite sport. I'm your host, Jack Stanky, joined here again with Jack McGowan. Jack,
Now, I
thanks
want
again
to
for
make
coming on.
something clear. The NFL got canceled last week. Now, my predictions there were on point, but unfortunately, it had to get taken down. The MLB this week, I'm going hot. You guys can call me delusional. I don't care. When we come back at the end of the year, we'll see who's calling who delusional.
Yeah, we all know that mine are going to be correct this time. It's not even a question.
Yeah,
It
okay.
didn't even cross my mind. But, as you're talking already, all this heat, let's just jump straight into it. AL East, I think we're going to start off with an easy one. I got the Yankees personally. Who do you got? Tell me your reasons.
I got the Rays. I have the Rays because the Yankees are going to be starting the season without Stanton. They're going to be without Paxton for a little bit. And they're going to most likely be without Severino for the whole season. And the Rays have a really solid team overall. They have a good rotation. I mean, I'm sure you probably have them as your first wild card. And I think that the Rays sneak over the Yankees by a couple of games.
Wow. I didn't think we were starting off that bold already. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
I am a big fan of the Rays. They are one of my wild card choices. But, I mean, the Yankees, they just have so much depth with LeMahieu and Judge. And, I mean, I guess that they're missing Stanton, and you make a good point. But, they still do have some deep rotation. Their bullpen is pretty dirty. And, I mean, they have Garrett Cole. I mean, believe me, I can't stand the Yankees more than the Nets guy. But, I mean, I got to see them winning the AL East. But I like the firepower coming out
Yes,
in the
sir.
first prediction
Rays
of
are
the
winning
day.
that division.
Move on to the AL Central. I think it's the worst division in baseball. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion. I mean, it's just kind of not good all around. So I'm interested to hear who you got for this division.
Well, I think for me, easiest pick probably all day. This and probably maybe the Dodgers. I'm going the Twins. They added Donaldson. I don't even think they needed to add Donaldson to win this division. The pitching improved, and it's just they have it set up to win the division. The Indians, I feel like they lost too much in their rotation, last year with their trades to make a real run for this division. So I think the Twins win this by 10, 15 games.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I love the pickup of Josh Donaldson. Then you can move Miguel Sano, one of the best power hitters in baseball, to the designated hitter position. I mean, I think they have a deep team. They hit the most home runs of all time last season for a single year. I see them also winning the division by definitely a large amount of games. To the AL West, I feel like
So
you're not going to say something like that we agree
no,
on here, but go
this
ahead.
to me is the worst division in baseball. I'm going the
Really?
Astros, but I don't
Okay.
think that they're going to make a real run in the playoffs because I think
Yeah.
they're going to be so gassed based off every team is going to be gunning for them every game. They are the most hated team in the MLB.
Yep.
But I think just because every team's gunning for them every single game, that won't stop them from winning the division. I think they're too good, and the division is too bad for them to not win the AL West.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. I mean, the Astros, they just have such a deep rotation. Their hitters, even though they cheated for who knows how long. I mean, Altuve is one of the best contact hitters in baseball. You got George Springer, Carlos Correa, and, of course, one of my favorite players in the league, Alex Bregman. I know I'm going to take some hate for that one. But, I mean, and also dealing with the press for the whole season, you're right, just takes a toll on you. And I don't
Exactly.
see them going far. But, I mean, they are going to be a division winner. AL wildcard teams, give me two of them. First,
So I'll
second, go
do.
ahead.
So the first one, I'm going to go the Yankees.
Yeah.
Obviously, this could be the Rays. I really do think it's going to be decided between 3-2, even one game for who wins that division. But I think that the Yankees will obviously be the wild card one if they don't win the division. And then wild card two, I'm going with the A's
Wow.
because I think the A's just have an overall really solid team. They've made the playoffs with that small budget, with all these years. Obviously, I could have went with the Angels, adding Rendon. They still obviously have Trout, best player in baseball, but I like the A's. It was between for me the A's and the Angels, but I'm going with the A's here.
I do like those picks. And, I am a big A's fan with Matt Chapman and Matt Olson running that infield for them. But for the first wild card spot, I'm going to have to give it to the Angels. I mean, Mike Trout, best player in baseball.
With the
Anthony
first
Rendon.
wild card spot, you're giving it to him.
Yes, correct. I mean, Mike Trout, best player in baseball. Anthony Rendon has destroyed my New York Mets for years.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see him out of the division. But I see them getting the first wild card spot. And facing them in Anaheim, I see the Tampa Bay Rays making it. I know that you think it's going to be interchangeable between the Yankees and the Rays. I mean, the Rays, they just have a deep team. You know, adding Tommy Pham last year was a big, big steal for them. I mean, they got Blake Snell, who won Cy Young a couple of years ago. They have a very deep team. They took the Astros to 5 games in the ALDS last year. The only thing I see hurting them is their attendance because they really have no fan base. So, I mean, to make a deep playoff run, you really do need some fans.
Oh, they'll get fans. They'll get fans when they get hot. When my boys get hot, they'll get fans.
All right. Hold on. What were you betting on the Rays? That's why you picked the Rays as the AL.
I'm not going to disclose that information.
Gotcha. Okay, respect. Well, all right. AL division and wildcard winners. Who do you have winning the American League?
Very controversial pick here. So, as you guys can probably tell, I'm not too high on the Yankees. They do this every year, and they never make the World Series. The Twins are making the World Series.
Wow.
The only team stopping them would be the Yankees, because I don't think that the Astros will make a run based off of what we said. This team wasn't built for the postseason last year. They were just home run hitters. That's what wins you games in the regular season. It doesn't win you games in the postseason. I think that with that experience last year, I think they'll come around, especially adding Donaldson. Like I said, I think the Yankees are the only team that can stop them, but I think the Twins are going to make the World Series this year, man. I really do.
Yeah, I'm not going to call you crazy because the Twins do have a good team, but you are kind of going crazy right now. I mean, I can see the Yankees not making it, like maybe losing to someone in the AL. But I mean, when they
who's it going to be? It's going to be the Twins. I'm telling you.
Let's calm down there, Mr. Minnesota. But I mean, I have to go with the Yankees. I mean, if they get Severino back, like mid-season,
if they do, and even if they do, he's going to be coming off the injury. He's not going to be as good. Stanton can't stay healthy. Judge can't stay healthy. None of them can stay healthy. I mean, come on, man. They're not.
Believe me, I would cut off my own left arm to see the Yankees fail this year with all the additions they made. But, I mean, I just don't see it happening. But I do love your enthusiasm with them missing out. I personally, if I were to pick a team to dethrone them, it wouldn't be the Minnesota Twins. I can promise you that. I mean, it would probably be the Angels if they get out of the wild card round. Because the Angels – but let me tell you why, though. Let me tell you why. Again, I do have the Yankees making the World Series.
I'm all ears.
Mike Trout, he's longing for something. He needs something to make
It's a full team. It's a team sport. Baseball's the only thing where you can really say it's a team sport. Trout's been the best player in baseball for years, and he hasn't been able to do anything.
But now he's got some pieces around him.
He's got one. He's got Rendon. That's it. And he's old. Rendon's old. Last year, that was his last real year.
Hey, I'm not sure. I mean, he has one of the best defensive players in baseball at shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Don't sleep on my boy there. I mean, Anthony Rendon holding up the hot corner there is dirty. I mean, I know that you're not a big fan of the rookies coming in this year, but Joe Adell is the number 2 prospect in baseball. He can definitely make some noise there. Yet again, I'm saying the Yankees are going to the World Series.
And you're saying that the only team can dethrone them is the Angels. And when the Angels don't make the playoffs, when they don't even make the playoffs, oh my God, I'm going to be laughing in your face when this comes out, when we look at this.
Or the Astros. I see them dethroning them. But you got to remember, the Yankees play in a Little League ballpark, Jack. Like, it's not like Minnesota where you're, like, hitting 340 bombs to right. It's 310.
It doesn't matter.
Right. If they get home field advantage, they just mash throughout the whole playoffs.
We'll see.
All right. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to be talking the National League, the much superior division in baseball with, one of the best teams in baseball, the New York Mets. No question about it. But when we come back, NL East, NL division winners, wild cards, champions. We'll be right back.
What are you expecting from your team the first few games?
Any predictions for this season?
Yeah, we're just going to take it one game at a time.
Es un honor estar aquí en Grandes Ligas.
We're going to have a good team. We're excited.
We're going to win this World Series and the next one.
Oh, y la próxima. Supongo que nos veremos en octubre.
28 World Series championship sounds pretty nice, doesn't it?
How many were you a part of?
I remember winning my first ring.
I only got room for 9 more.
0.0 ERA. Nay.
Sabes que no eres un superhéroe de verdad.
I'm going to hit 50 home runs this year.
I'm going to hit 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75.
I'm gonna hit 80 home runs.
No, we can't do that. Postseason.
Postemporada.
MVP.
MVP, huh?
Dynasty.
I feel sorry for the baseball.
Mike, anything you want to say?
Just let the kids play.
Welcome back, guys. As we had some very controversial picks here by my friend Jack McGowan during our American League portion of the show, I'm moving to the better division in baseball, the National League. And I'm starting it off in one of the best divisions in baseball with the NL East.
The best division.
Jack, give me your winner now.
This pains me. It really does. Because I believe the Mets. But I've been hot this whole time, and I just can't do it. Don't get me wrong. I have them making the playoffs. I just can't do it, man. I have to say the Braves. I think
Wow.
they're the second best team in baseball behind the Dodgers. This team is stacked. I don't really have anything else to say. As much as I would love to be wrong, I want to be wrong here. The Braves are stacked, dude. They're stacked.
All right. I mean, I like that pick, but I gotta ride the boys here. I got the New York Mets. I mean,
I love it.
Losing Syndergaard's gonna be tough. That's gonna take a toll for this year. But I mean, in a shortened season, the Mets are always a second half team. We know
I
that.
love it.
Jeff McNeil, Pete Alonso, Michael Conforto, all goats in my eyes. Stroman is going for the NL Cy Young this year, next to DeGrom, who's winning it this year. I mean, Luis Rojas coming in to manage. We don't need Carlos Beltran.
Ahmed
Rosario.
Ahmed.
I mean, the team's just deep. Bullpen, we got Betances coming in. We got Edwin Diaz having a bounce back year. Seth Lugo. We just got some dogs. And,
I like it. I love the pick.
La Potencia is going to make his return this year.
Yes, sir. The big yo-yo. I love it. I like the pick.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page here. All right. NL Central. Tough division here in my eyes.
Yes.
I see a couple teams doing pretty well, but give me your pick. I'm excited to
So
hear.
listen to me. This is the second toughest division in baseball for me.
Yeah.
This was the hardest division, winner I really had.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the former World Series champs from a few years ago. They still have an all-star lineup, and their starting, their rotation can be really solid when they want to be. So I see the Cubs winning this division, but I really do think that it is a toss-up.
Do you think Rizzo and Bryant play a giant part to that?
I do, because I think at the trade deadline, that's when a lot of this division is going to see. So obviously the trade deadline is a huge part of the MLB when teams choose to either buy or sell. And I really did think that the Cubs would end up trying to sell during the trade deadline, but I really like what they have. Obviously, I don't think they're going to make any noise in the playoffs, but I don't think that they're going to be selling at the trade deadline. I think that they're going to be good enough. Even if they do make one trade for the future, I think that it'll be good enough for them to win the division.
I don't mind that pick because, I can't stand Javier Baez. I think he's the most overrated player in baseball, in my opinion, next to Bryce Harper. But, he is pretty good. I'm not going to lie here. Rizzo and Ryan. No, not Rizzo and Ryan. Bryant and Rizzo are one of the best in their fields. Wilson Contreras behind the plate, he's still an all-star catcher. I like that. But I see the Cincinnati Reds win this division. I'm going to tell you why. Luis Castillo broke out last year, was in the NL Cy Young race for a little bit, made the all-star game, is going to be a very proven pitcher. Michael Lorenzen, the guy you always see on Instagram, the jacked guy throwing 103 miles an hour this offseason. He's going to play a big part. They brought in Mike Moustakas. They just have a deep team. And Joey Votto, one of the more consistent players in MLB history.
I like it. I think if the Cubs don't win the division, I do think the Reds. I think like I said, it was going to be a toss-up. That'll go it'll be down to the last month of who can make that last year.
I think the Brewers were a one-time wonder. I don't see the Brewers having a lot
neither
of
do I.
Even though I'm a huge
do
Yelich
think
fan. But
that the Reds, I think they could either win the division or come in fourth in that division. I really think that
it's a toss-up. I definitely
they could easily
agree with
flop.
you there.
That's why it was risky. But I think any team in that division can really flop. So
And all right, well, I'm glad that we have some contradicting opinions there. Moving to the NL West, I'm going to read you my exact quote here. NL West winner, Dodgers, no question. Give me your picks.
I want to go hot, but I can't.
Oh,
It's
I
the
was
Dodgers.
about to say. I was about to leave this very Zoom meeting if you went different.
No way. I can't talk about it.
I mean, they're just
that
too good.
division also. That's a terrible division.
Yeah, I agree. They were a good division back in the day when the Giants were winning 3 World Series in the span of 6 years. But I mean,
No.
Betts, Bellinger, Kershaw, Walker Buehler, they're just dirty all around. I mean, and hey, I'm a big Rookies fan. Gavin Lux, #1 prospect in baseball. Watch out, boys. NL Rookie of the Year, calling it right now. Joe Adell, AL Rookie of the Year, calling it right now. Come back to this show when they announce that. NL wildcard teams. I'll go first with this one. I got the Braves and the Nationals. Two teams in the best division in baseball in the NL East. The Braves, as you said, are just all around stacked. Acuna, Ozzie Albies, Dansby Swanson, they got a rotation now. Freddie Freeman, you can't go wrong there. I think they're very good. And, I mean, how could I not include the World Series champions, even though I don't think they're making it even close this year? I mean, Juan Soto is just Juan Godo in my eyes. He's very, very good. I see the Braves taking it and losing to the Mets actually in the NLDS. But I'm excited to hear your picks for this wild card.
So first wild card spot, my Mets. Now, I say this because this team was a bullpen and a closer away from being one of the better teams in baseball last year. And Diaz and Familia, in my eyes, will both have bounce-back years, no doubt. I mean, at least one of them will. And now we're going to have Yo-Yo when he comes back in the DH hitting dongs every at-bat. Come on now. We got them as the first wild card spot here. And then for my second wild card spot, this was an insanely difficult decision for me. I think this spot could go to the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Nats, and even the Diamondbacks, even though I was trashing that division before.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals really just don't have enough, even though they're an overall solid team. And I think that the Nats will have a World Series hangover, to be honest. Because they lose Rendon, and I don't think the Diamondbacks have enough, but I think I still have to consider them in the race. But I think that'll really hurt them. Obviously, they still have Juan Soto. He's hitting dongs. He's got a really bright future. I love Soto. You know how much I love Soto.
Yeah.
I think Soto is a monster. But the Phillies, they added my boy Didi. I was a really big fan of Didi. That was like the only guy I liked from the Yankees was Didi. And don't forget Wheeler. They stole Wheeler from us.
That's true.
He's a solid pitcher. I know that from watching him all the time. So I think due to what the Phillies did in the offseason, they still have Bryce Harper. I think he plays well this year. And I'm going 3 teams in our division to make the wild card spot.
That's crazy. I mean, I had 3 teams too, but I mean, the Phillies crossed my mind for a brief moment. But I mean, I just can't say
I think Harper has a big year.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I mean, I really hope he doesn't. I mean,
he had a terrible year last year.
I can't stand
the only reason why he was in the All-Star game was because of his name. I mean, he was awful last year, but I think this year he does well, and they added Didi. He's fantastic, and Wheeler is good as well for their rotation.
All right, I like your picks. NL champion, give it to me.
The Dodgers. I really, really wanted to go hot and go with my Mets, but I got to stay somewhat realistic. I mean, the Dodgers are stacked. I was looking at their roster before. It doesn't make sense. It's the Dodgers world, and we're living in it. And this league, I'm sorry, but the league, we're playing for second place and third place because the Dodgers are not only taking the National League, they're winning the World Series. I'm sorry, baseball fans, but we're going for silver and bronze here because the Dodgers are winning the World Series. Look, baseball fans, at least it won't be the Astros this year. I think we can live with the Dodgers. I mean, they are just loaded. My eyes, I think they win 110 games this year. They are just stacked.
They're very, very good baseball team. I mean, I see them win the National League and the World Series as well. Stacked all around. There's nothing else I can say. I do see them beating the New York Yankees, though, not the Minnesota Twins. Let's
We'll see
stay
about
honest here. But I do see it going 6 games, but I do see the Dodgers definitely closing
Nope.
it out.
I actually see the Dodgers playing the Twins in the World Series.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think they either take out the Brooms or the Twins steal a game at home. But the Dodgers,
they ain't got no shot.
They're on
All right. AL Cy Young. Let's move it to awards a little bit.
So
AL Cy Young.
So my AL Cy Young, Yankee fans are really going to hate it.
Yeah.
Because
They're
I'm
gonna be
giving the
livid.
Yankees no love. I'm going Charlie Morton here.
Wow.
I understand this
Wow.
is Garrett Cole's award to lose. And I think he loses it. He was a beast last year. Now he's not allowed any facial hair. That's going to play a huge role, as we all know.
You're not wrong.
And Charlie Morton was a beast last year. That was probably as good as we've seen him. And I think he actually takes another step, rides off of that momentum, keeps that low ERA and that high strikeout rate, and beats Garrett Cole for the AL Cy Young.
Wow. I mean, I don't mind that pick, Jack. I really don't. Charlie Moore and Blake Snell are both dirty down in Tampa. But, I mean, I got to give it to Garrett Cole based off only the fact that I think he got snubbed last year. He had one of the best seasons a pitcher could possibly have last year, I feel like. I feel like he did get snubbed by his teammate Justin Verlander. So I do see him winning. I mean, I hope he doesn't, but I do see him winning. But, I mean, NL Cy Young, is it even a question?
No question.
Should I even ask?
Are not saying DeGrom, you are delusional.
Yeah.
Okay, because this man is
Jesus.
He is Jesus. He used to have hair like Jesus. He is Jesus. There's no question about it. This man's middle name is Jacob Jesus DeGrom, and he's winning the NL Cy Young. I mean, imagine not taking him.
I can. I literally can. I actually can. All right. AL MVP, Mike Trout.
I got to go Trout. Yeah. Now, I've been going hot this whole episode. I can't go hot because I like Trout, and this guy's easily the best player in the MLB in my eyes. And I really think he's got a shot at going down as the greatest player of all time, top 3. If his team, he's on pace to do it with he's so young, but I think with a little more team success, he could really be in the GOAT conversation in a few years.
Yeah, I completely agree. Trout, no question. NL MVP?
So we could go with so many guys. I mean, the NL MVP is really sad. You could go with Juan Soto. We all love Juan Soto here, even though he's in our division.
Yeah.
You could go Yelich. You could go Bellinger. But I'm going with Mookie Betts. He's got something to prove because in my eyes, like I said before, I see the Dodgers winning 110 games. I think they're going to have one of the best records of all time. And that they're going to have to credit somebody the most. And I see them I see Mookie. I still see all those guys that I named having great seasons. I still think Bellinger will have a really good year. I just think and Acuna, I forgot to say, of course, Acuna is probably the NL favorite to win the award. But I think that Mookie will get the most credit for leading the Dodgers to one of the best records of all time because that's where I see it happening. So I think the finalists, in my eyes, are going to be Mookie, Acuna, and Yelich. Okay. And then I think that they'll really have to take into consideration I know I said before this is kind of being a hypocrite that it's a team game, but I think that they'll have to take that into consideration. And but I think runner-up will probably be Acuna, third Yelich, then fourth I'm going Bellinger, fifth Juan Soto.
I like those picks. I really do. I mean, I see Acuna winning it just because I feel like he's also got something to prove there. I mean, he got destroyed last year to get bounced in the playoffs by the Cardinals. But I mean, but I do respect the Mookie Betts pick. I mean, he did win the MVP in 2018. He definitely has the firepower to do so again. Well, this was definitely my favorite show up to date, in my personal opinion. I feel like I've got some good shows. But I mean, flex the Mets. Hey, stay home for New York, everyone.
Yes, sir.
The Mets logo, stay home for New York. We'll be back next week we're gonna have a cool show next week. I didn't even tell Jack this yet, but we're gonna have a all call-in show next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna call in a bunch of people. We're gonna hear their opinions. We might get some fights breaking out. I mean, we never
I'm
know.
looking forward to it. I'm always
Yeah.
down for a good fight.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't like a good 1v1 brawl? But anyway, thanks for tuning in again, guys. Remember to subscribe at the end of this video. Me and Jack will see